Alright, guys and girls, this is jerningam here, ladies and gentlemen. Sentencing underwear from Sarah Everard killer. Severing News, Australia. Australia's talking about it as well.
The sentencing of the British police officer who kidnapped, raped and murdered 33-year-old London woman Sarah Everard is right now underway. For the first time, we're learning how Wayne Couzens used his position and COVID training to abduct his victim. Our Europe correspondent, Sarah Everard, is live in London this evening. Sarah, this is an incredibly grim case. What has the court heard so far?
Yeah, Michael, it's a horrific case, and the details that have been revealed in court today are simply chilling. The prosecution said that it's hard to summarise the case, but if they had to in 5 words, they would be deception, kidnap, rape, strangulation and fire. Sarah Everard, 33 years of age, was walking home on the 3rd of March this year. It was about 9:30 at night through South London. She'd just been to a friend's house for dinner during the country's 3rd national lockdown when she was falsely arrested by 48-year-old Wayne Couzens, a then serving Metropolitan Police officer, a diplomatic protection officer in fact, who used his police ID and a pair of handcuffs to falsely arrest Sarah on the pretense that she was breaking COVID rules. So he had, in January, a few months earlier, done COVID patrols, and the court heard that he knew the specific language to use to make it seem like Sarah had done something wrong. The arrest was so real, so very public, that a couple who was driving past at the time say they witnessed it and simply assumed that Sarah had done the wrong thing, and that's why she was being detained. He then, Couzens, drove Sarah in his hire car from London to Dover. He switched cars into his own personal car, took her to a remote rural area where she was raped, murdered and her body set alight, and her remains were found a week later. Today, the court heard, Michael, that Sarah was described as intelligent, savvy and streetwise, not at all gullible. So she was deceived by a serving police officer who'd just come off a 12-hour shift.
Oh, that's just outrageous, the details. What's been the reaction to all those revelations, Sarah?
Oh, well, naturally, people here are horrified. There were some suggestions at the time of this case in March. It was a very high-profile missing persons case that COVID rules had come into play, and now confirmation that that is how she was falsely arrested and kidnapped, and that's what he aimed to do. He went out looking for a lone young woman to attack and to rape. At the time, it prompted national outrage. There were protests regarding violence against women. Sarah Everard's family is expected to speak for the first time this afternoon, with victim impact statements being read to the court. That will be incredibly difficult to hear as well. They've never spoken publicly before. Naturally, people are asking questions about how this case is going to impact the public's confidence and trust in the police service. The Metropolitan Police have acknowledged that. They've put out a statement saying that we recognise his actions raise many questions and concerns. They won't be saying anything further until Wayne Couzens is sentenced. Michael, it's a 2-day hearing, so that will likely happen tomorrow.
And the police action's not helped by stepping into that protest with, quite a few months back as well there, and arresting women who were protesting this very event because they were that outraged. Terrible. All right, Sarah Everard in London. Thank you for that tonight.
Oh, not good, is it? Anyway, I better end the video. Thank you for joining me. Peace.